All right. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day one of this distance learning stuff. Here's what's going to happen here. I'm going to make a video here. You're going to take notes the same way that you would normally take notes. I'm going to ask that you hit the pause button anytime you need time to write things down. If you'd like to print these notes off, they're on Schoology attached to the same spot that you're finding this video. So if you wanted to print them so that you didn't have to write all this stuff down, you could, and then you would just do the math with me. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly and do my best to explain things, knowing that you get to pause whenever you want to. So hopefully everybody's doing good. If you hear any kids screaming in the background, it's because let's just say that the dog's beating them up or something like that. It's definitely not that they're unattended to while I make this video. I mean, yeah. So 7-1. The first part is it's talking about monomials. Monomials are things that are called, it's a number, it's a variable, or it's a product of numbers and or more variables with non-negative integers. So biggest part here, it has only one term. So it's a number, a variable, or a product of a number and more than one variables. As long as they don't have negative exponents, we're happy. So another key word here is terms. You might not know what terms are. Terms are these individual pieces. So in A, this is a term and this is a term. Terms are separated by pluses and minuses. So this one has two terms. Monomial means it's one. So mono is a one. So this one is not a monomial. This one is because we have a number multiplied to a variable multiplied to another variable. And then letter D here is also not one because it is against the rules to have a variable in the denominator. All right, so let's keep moving here. Exponents, this is a real quick review for you. You should have done this for the last few years. This is your base, this is your exponent. If I have 3 to the 4th, that means I have 4 3s. So big idea here is that when we multiply exponents with other exponents, as long as they have the exact same base, the rule is that we get to add them. So the rule for a product of powers is if we're multiplying, we add. So when you multiply, you add, as long as they have the exact same base. So you'll see right here, we have r to the 3rd, r to the 4th, which means r to the 7th. Because this is r times r times r. This one is r times r times r times r. That's a grand total of 7 of them. Same things happen if we have a regular number in front of them. We can add them as well. So let's practice that. Product of powers rule means that we add. So when we multiply, we add. So n to the 3rd times n to the 7th makes an n to the 10th because we add them. And then the coefficients in front, the 6 times 2 makes a 12. So then that is your answer as 12n to the 10th. So you almost are distributing. You're multiplying the 6 and the 2, and then you're adding together those because when we multiply exponents, we add. Now I'm going to skip this other example down here that's hidden because we want to keep moving for you. Here is another one. So same exact idea. I'm going to put my chunks together that go together. My y to the 4th goes with the y to the 5th, goes with the y to the 4th again. So I'm just adding 4, 5, and 4 together. So this makes a y to the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to the 13th power. And then I'm going to multiply together my 3 times 7, which is 21, and 21 times 2, which is 42. So then I have a 42y to the 13th. Now if you want to practice another one right here, go ahead, hit pause, practice on your own, and then I'll give you quickly the answer here. So this is equal to a 24, r to the 6th, because there's an imaginary one there, r to the 1st and an r to the 5th makes an r to the 6th. And then over here, my x's, I have an x to the 4th. And then my t's, again, there's an imaginary one there, makes a t to the 4th. Negative times negative made this positive, so that is your official answer. So new rule for us is having a power to a power. So if I have 3 to the second to the fourth, which means I have 4 3 to the seconds, I'm going to then have, see, 3 to the second makes a 9. Let's just keep moving here. R to the fifth and R to the third makes, you have 3 of them. So now I have R to the, see, 5, 5, 5. That's R to the 15th. Because I add 5 plus 5 plus 5. Or, look, I can multiply them. So you have two thinking here, two thought processes. You can have, let's erase this. You can choose to do the repeated addition, 5 plus 5 plus 5, or more simplistically, you can do 5 times 3 because 5 plus 5 plus 5 means 5 times 3. Both of them make an R to the 15th. So the rule is that when we are having a power to a power, we multiply. So a power of a power, multiply. So again, down here, we multiply 3 times 5 to make it 15. 7, x to the 7th to the second makes times 2 to the 14th. So let's see those examples in action. So here we are, we have an h to the 4th to the 3rd, which means h to the 4th times 3. So we have an h, oopsies, I wrote a 4, that's silly. We have an h to the 12th. On this one, again, we're going to do 2 times 9, so we have an r to the 18th. So again, you're just multiplying. So what we have to be able to do is to recognize that this is a power to a power and use that rule so that maybe you look back to your notes. And on the previous ones, we recognize that's a power times a power, which means to add. So that's all we have for you folks. I'm going to do my best to make these videos short and sweet. In Schoology, you'll find your assignment that goes with this. And then if you want to connect with me, you can talk to me. I have an open chat line on Schoology. You'll just click on the link. You hear my son yelling for daddy. And you'll be able to pop in and talk to me and ask any questions you have. So there's questions on Schoology for you. Peace out. This is the Burma Nation. Let me know if you need any help. We got you. Together we will make this work.